You're listening to Artificium Occulte Venatores, a Shadowrun actual play podcast by Relative Dimension. Alright, so the next day, which will be the 1st of July, it's a short flight across the bay.
I will be having Solomon, let's see here. We're all in our, 20s? Why did everybody go quiet?
What? You're
I was asking
really badly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why. We're all in our 20s, right?
I believe so.
And we're in Europe, which has a lot of clubs. So I'll have Solomon mock up a Desert Wards club. Less lies we tell, the better. Out of Italy. Not necessarily Rome, but out of Italy. And we're just a group of friends who are part of this Desert Wards club. That way we have a website and everything.
So it's nothing major, just a small one, but
yeah, we're just a club that has saved up enough money to come out to the Desert Wars this year. We have Solomon backlog it for like a year or two or something like that, and it's just like, oh, we're raising money. Oh, hey, not necessarily pictures of us, just like a Twitter feed, or is it P2? Whatever the heck the feed is now.
P2.1.
And I guess our cover identities are going to be us being fans and whatnot. Maybe Ascalon. Let's see here. What would work for Ascalon? Ironically enough, I could see him being a fencing instructor.
Fencing instructor?
Well, Ascalon carries a really big sword.
He does. So
being a teacher, a fencing instructor from a private Catholic school. No, damn it. We can't use the church. From a private academy.
I think it's more that this isn't, church sanctioned.
Right. No, that's fine.
That's why I'm saying our cover identities.
Can probably use them you could use a Catholic school as part of your cover.
Yeah,
well, a military academy could work for him.
You do know what you can do is so this is the simplest way. Number one, yes, we are this small group or whatever, and you can say that some of the people helping fund the trip have agreed to come along, so that he's there with us because he would help fund the group. But he's there for other reasons, like seeing the arts and the historical things and stuff like that. See, simple. Don't make it complicated. Plus, we have a reason to go visit some of the historical stuff.
Well, actually, L is great for the historical stuff.
Oh. Well, either one. It can be all of us. Don't make it complicated.
I'm just saying that our cover identities, we actually didn't talk about those.
They don't have to be complicated.
Just being fans, I just wanted to have us have, if somebody walks up and goes, oh, so what do you do for a living? I'm a fan of Desert Wars. That wasn't the question.
Well, that might be my answer, but...
That could be a legitimate. You run okay, you're the one that posts the tweets on the site.
I can be the president. See, it's fine.
You are our PR guy. Or girl, depending on your mood during the day.
I'll make her a girl, it's fine. I'll keep the gender.
I can't. Player can't remember. Character remembers. As I said, I was just, as I said, cover identities. Like, we became a club because we were all instructors of something. Like, L is an instructor of history. Not necessarily all the same schools.
So basically,
L is an instructor of history.
What you're saying is I'm technically the only one that wanted to come here to watch the wars. You guys just came along for all the other stuff, but I recruited you. I like this. I'll work with that. I like that.
Marigold is a gymnastics instructor.
Oh.
All right.
I am an instructor of theology, even though I don't have theology as a knowledge skill. I knew I forgot to take something.
I forgot to check something here. Who is bringing What weapons and or restricted gear? Let's start with L.
Both pistols and the shield. I don't know if the shield would be... I'm just going to mention it anyway. And by the way, my default cover would be a document authenticator.
Is this a sin you already have? A fake sin you already have?
Hold on, let me check.
Actually, I could actually just go with my cover as a magical theory person.
Yeah.
So I want to see what radiation does with, as you were saying, we're going to see the sights. I want to see how radiation affects magic in a first person point of view instead of reading about it in a book.
Yes, it's a fake 6.
Okay, and Asura, all you have is a light pistol?
Yeah, I just have a light pistol.
And Adranis?
I might run into a problem, but I think I have a permit for it. Hold on. I gotta see what's... Ooh, son of a gun. Yeah, I'm not taking that. Scratch the submachine gun. Yeah, my pistol is okay, though. It's just restricted, and I have a permit for that. It's an 8R restriction.
And Marigold?
Marigold's taking her suppressor, her menagerie of knives, and the whip, which stays away. Considering it's illegal, that's a good thing. I think that's all the restricted items.
Okay.
Aside from, I mean, my ortho's restricted, but I have an augmentation license. Oh, right. For, the cover story, I've got 2 different, well, I'm a bounty hunter and a locksmith.
Go bounty hunter.
That's the,
Actually, I'm a bounty hunter as well, so we could be partners.
Yeah. That's the church, sin. That's the one given to me by the church.
Oh, is it? But it's
is.
not related to the church, is it? Is that the one that says you're in the employ of the church, or no?
I don't know if I have... Okay, it was the rating 6 that we got from the church. I don't know if it necessarily says that I'm an employee of the church. But that's the one that I was given by the church.
But it's the fake one. It's not
It's fake. Yeah, no, I didn't take the real. It's a fake. But I mean, it's rating 6, so it might as well be real.
Sin. Now, I do have a rating 4 fake sin.
Yeah, my rating 4 fake says I'm a locksmith.
This one says I'm a bounty hunter, but I also have a license to be a bodyguard if necessary. But I can make the argument that I have parazoology, so I'm a magical creature bounty hunter.
If I recall, the rating 6 sin they gave everybody was for the church employee employment identification.
Yeah, I don't recall that ever being explicitly said before, but that's the one that my bounty hunter license is attached to.
Oh, and let's see the other one.
It's basically if there's any trouble, you had a sin that links you to the Vatican for that type of backup that they can provide, which will get.
Okay, well, do you mind if I switch those 2 licenses then? So my bounty hunter, because I feel like.
No, that's fine.
It makes more sense for the bounty hunter to be with my rating 4.
Yeah, and my Ian Moon is my cover identity sin, so not my actual Vatican sin, which you gave us the option to take either a national sin or the rating 6 fake sin that linked us, and I took the national one.
Yeah, you could either have a real sin or a provided cover, but the cover that they provide you is for your church employment identity.
Yeah, as I said, I took the real sin, and my fake sin is Ian Moon that I bought on my own. Because Scaly and I had a conversation of Ian Moon is an anagram.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I am no one.
Better than I am Lord Voldemort.
Did that.
I don't understand. If it's a fake sin, but it's issued by the church, why isn't it just a real sin?
Because I chose to not take a real sin.
I wasn't asking you, I was asking the GM about the church.
The implication is that is your identification. When they picked you up, if you had a sin in the system, your sin was modified to that thing. If you didn't have a sin in the system, they gave you a fake sin equivalent, but it's, for all intents and purposes, as valid as a real legal sin.
Ah, okay, good. That's what I thought.
But it says that you're an employee of the church, so.
Yes.
Because you are.
Yes.
You know, you can get fakes for other things to avoid your identity, but if anybody locks you up and the weight of the Vatican behind you can get you out of certain trouble, that's what it's there for.
Right. The equivalent of a corporate sin.
Yeah. Which
I wasn't sure.
Doesn't have the same pull as a corporate sin in some areas, and it might have a little bit more in other areas.
Here is a question. Didn't we have a quote-unquote exploding sin for the last run?
Yes, you guys had sins for one of the previous runs.
Well, what I was going to say was, would they allow us to just recycle? I mean, not use the same names, but just recycle those sins and or
they are there
reissue.
until they're burned.
Yeah, we didn't burn those sins, I don't think.
I don't know. We kind of pissed off an entire city.
Yeah, but
Or
in the long,
castle.
yeah, but in the long run, that was, we didn't have to depart on where they're hunting us down kind of thing. So I think we're safe enough to use those sins if we need them.
I don't know.
But we do know we sent in. We remember we sent in the brigade to kind of clean up that mess. So we're fine.
That is true, but what I was saying was that I'm not sure if we got burned on that run or not. Did they ever tell us one way or the other?
No.
Okay, so
I think we're safe.
Those sins are still good, so I'd probably just be using that sin because Ian Moon is my walking around Rome sin type thing when I'm not in full garb.
And I seriously doubt this place unless, once we get into that place, they're going to be looking very closely at the sins in the first place. I'm sure half of the people there probably have bad sins, okay?
And the Claymore...
The Claymore is nowhere near legal. Literally, my gun, possibly L's shield, and his Claymore would have to be special courier package delivered in for us.
Yeah, it's restricted, but I mean, you can get a license for it, but it's probably going to draw attention. So, no plane. Instead, you are on a 6-hour boat ride.
Sounds good. Hey, it's actually not that bad of a ride. I mean, it's the Mediterranean Sea. It's rather calm around this time of year. It's warm, so you can get some sunbathing in if you want, depending on what type of ship we're on.
Fun.
It's a not a pleasure yacht and not a speedboat, but it's one of those larger type of ships.
Mediterranean cruiser?
Yeah, not a cruise ship.
No, cruiser. It'd be like a large, would be the size of a luxury yacht, but more utilitarian.
Yeah. You leave out of the Porto Turistico de Roma, and after about 6 hours, you pull into Tunis.
Yay! Right, first things.
Boat ride is rather uneventful.
Alright, first things we should hit up with that contact.
Yep, get a vehicle. Well, I mean, we can just do a normal vehicle rental. Is he here in this area, or is he closer to our target area?
No, they said he was in Tunis.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
You have contact information for a fixer that goes by the name of Scorpion.
So, for that 6-hour boat ride, I'm going to be trying to sell a Sarah on the when we get done with all this running around stuff, we should retire and, buy a bar in Rome or something.
A bar?
Well, I think a hotel would be just too much for 5 or 6 people to handle, but, a bar? Yeah. The thing of it is when, I don't plan on dying a priest.
A coffee shop.
Coffee shops are always fun.
Ooh, just a normal cafe. We serve coffee and liquor.
The port that you pull into, no arrangements were made. There is a small rental vehicle facility there. You can also rent bicycles, and you can rent very cheap economy motorcycles.
Uber? Sorry, Seder Krupp Uber.
Johnny Cab.
Oh, we're not in the cast.
Right. God.
Johnny Rebcab.
What would the name be then?
It's Johnny Rebcab. I don't know if it's canon, but that's what we used for the crossover campaign. It was Johnny Rebcab.
Yeah, I remember that.
I'm sorry, I had a great time with that. Leave me alone.
The problem with a transportation service like that is they're going to see the sword and might have issues.
Well, we just have Ascalon challenge him to a duel. Whoever wins gets to drive away with the car. I got $10 on Ascalon.
Okay. Well, that would be an interesting situation.
I was kidding. More than likely, we probably have to do we can either rent bicycle. How far is it from us to our fixer contact? How about we ask that question? Because if he's literally like 2 blocks down the road and on the left, I think we can walk.
There wasn't a location. You have a number, com code.
Oh, then I'll call him up.
Thank you, face-like character, because I'm done being sociable.
You get a video call. The person that the image, do you have an image link or AR mode that you can view?
Yes.
The person that picks up is a dark olive-skinned female with straight dark hair that seems to be pulled back tightly, with circular glasses, the small circle lenses, not anything extravagant or anything like that. She has a half moon tattoo next to her left eye and a nose ring through her right nostril.
Oh, nice.
And this would probably be evening. Good evening. How may I help you?
Scorpion?
The AR image kind of wavers briefly. Speaking.
We just got into town, and we were looking to see if we can't get a vehicle and some appropriate clothes.
Yes. I was told that you would be arriving soon. There are 5 of you, correct?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes.
Which port did you happen to arrive in?
I will let her know.
Okay.
I don't remember which port it was, though.
It's kind of like an out-of-the-way marina.
Okay.
That makes sense. There's a little less security at that one. I will have a vehicle sent to you. From where you are, there is a cafe. You could follow the shoreline to the northwest. It's a brief walk of 5 to 10 minutes. And I will have a car sent there for you.
All right, we will meet it there. What kind are we looking for?
It will be I just had it. A Nissan hauler truck. No, sorry, that's the wrong one. A Ford Percheron.
Sounds fun. Okay.
It will be blue.
Thank you.
And the call goes dead.
All right, let's go.
And 5 to 10 minutes up the shoreline, there's a boardwalk that follows the shoreline. There is a small cafe with outdoor seating. It is maybe 20 yards from a road and a parking lot that you can actually see from some of the outdoor tables.
Sure. Sounds like a good spot to wait.
And a meal there is rather inexpensive, so you don't have to worry about that. Lifestyle covers it. And probably an hour later, a blue Ford Percheron, or Percheron, whatever, pulls up outside, and it is a rather large thing. It has a large cab on it, so there's definitely room for people.
Yeah. Cool. That's all right, guys. So we all, I go up to the driver who's driving it.
It is an elf. He's casually dressed.
Okay.
And he kind of looks at you, holds up his comlink in front of him, and kind of slides it around and glances at it, and then shows you a picture of what you broadcast on that previous call. That is you, correct?
Yes.
All right, I am waiting for you when you are ready. And he gets out and opens up the side door.
We'll make sure we pay first, and then get out of here.
And for about an hour, he is driving you through town, through some of the larger streets and some of the nicer areas of town. There is a lot of traffic. There's a lot of people walking. There's a lot of, on some of the outskirts that you see as you go by, people leading livestock through places, but not on any of the roads he takes. And he kind of drives you inland. And like I said, after about an hour, he stops in front of what looks like a small hotel. Here is our destination. The 3rd floor, room 1.
Thank you very much.
Get out and go up.
It is not a very luxurious hotel. It's sparsely decorated on the ground floor. There is no elevator. It is only 4 stories. And the room 1 on the 3rd floor, there's only 2 rooms, so you have 2 options. Room 1 looks like it takes up half of the floor, and the other room takes up the other half.
Oh, okay.
The door is unlocked, and inside is almost looks like a office room type of thing, a very large office room. There's a large desk, no beds or anything like that. There's a few chairs on one side. There is a kitchenette on the other side. Several windows on the other side of this desk, and sitting behind the desk is a female, like you saw on the comm call.
Oh.
Ladies, gentlemen.
Hello.
And she stands up and walks over and offers her hand to shake.
Sure, I'll shake her hand.
Scorpion.
What's that?
She's just like, Scorpion.
Yes, you can call me Scorpion. I have been expecting you. I was told you would be arriving and that I could help you off perhaps with some local clothing, which I can start to order once I have a measure of your sizes, and anything else that I can do for you. My services are at your disposal.
We were planning on going, or at least going to the area of the Desert Wars, so something that would be suitable for that would be better.
She nods, turns around and taps something on her desk, and like a TRID projector screen pops up in view over the desk. And she taps on it, and some images of clothing appear. Nondescript people. It's more about the actual styles. Some of it is a lot of baggy, loose clothing with hoods and stuff. She kind of, as she taps, it changes. And there's a lot of light warm colors, tans and browns. The styles range from well-tailored and like custom fitting things on these figures to very loose and baggy and like form concealing almost. On some of them you can't really tell how tall the people are, if they're hunched over or standing straight, just because of how baggy and loose the stuff is. And she kind of goes past a few and then stops at one that is, it almost seems to show people with like sports paraphernalia type of thing. Pennants for a team. The teams aren't marked or anything like that, but it has stuff like visors that you would wear, hatless caps, I guess. Stuff for outdoor, things like that. Visual aids, optical binoculars, stuff that a fan would wear if they were trying to watch something at long distance from like a higher elevation.
Ah, I see.
Is this what you have in mind, or would you like something more? Well, I guess that depends on where exactly you're trying to go, which I do not need to know exactly.
A little bit of both.
With a few different styles so that you could change as well.
That actually would be perfect. Something like that for when we are there, but we don't want to wear that all over town. So, we want to look fairly normal inside of the town.
She shows you some casual wear. This should suit just walking around town then, in most places. And then I can arrange to have something for you if you need something of a more formal nature.
The location of the area, that was somewhat of the high class area, right? Or higher class? Was it a library or something like that, right?
No, it was kind of a slums. Some areas of the village were high-tech and modernized, and most of it was run-down barrens.
And we'll be going underneath.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an old library that was, I assume it's sunken in, buried at some point.
Okay, so we don't have to worry about high fashion or anything like that right now.
I mean, I'm comfortable in what I got on.
Yeah, no, regular clothes should be fine.
So she points each of you over to almost like a wall scanner. Stand on in the area illuminated. Hold your arms out to your side, and it will get your measurements so that I can make sure the clothes fit you.
Okay.
She does that for each of you.
Yeah, sure.
Do you need accommodations while you are in town here?
No, I don't see we'll be leaving. We should be leaving fairly quickly. Could you suggest accommodations over in whatever the name of the city is? My brain just turned off.
Elgin,
yes.
She taps on her desk again, and the trid projection changes from clothing to almost like a list of amenities in the area. There are a few minor hotels there. Nothing major.
What do the fans of the wars do? Do they usually just camp out?
A lot of them camp out, yes.
Figures.
It is a very, very packed city. Lots of things in small spaces. So I can, for 5 of you, it may be a little bit of a stretch, but there are some facilities that will rent out the entire building to fans that come into town for particular teams.
Oh, I see. So for a fan of a particular team, we might be able to get a building?
Yes, although they usually accommodate more than just 5, so you may have to pay a little bit more. Or you can... there are several houses that can be rented temporarily on a weekly basis.
Sure. Why don't we try a house?
How close to the population centers would you like it?
The desert wars are done outside the city, I believe, right?
Yes.
Not too far from the outskirts, but, sort of maybe in the middle somewhere.
She kind of brings up this map here that's on the table.
Okay. Side of town would the desert wards be technically be held?
Oh, they would be out of town to the southeast. They're not actually in the village here. It's just one of the nearby villages.
No, that's what I meant. I mean, I was looking for direction. So, to the southeast? Okay. So, somewhere in that general direction, basically, in that general
so
vicinity.
Perhaps over here?
Yeah, that should be fine. Wait, isn't that southwest? Or am I looking at my map wrong?
Yeah, sorry, southwest, not southeast.
Okay. Yeah, somewhere in that general vicinity should be fine.
She, highlights a spot, let's round over here. It is near some of the olive farms. There is not a building immediately next to it on all sides, so it may provide a little cover of your comings and goings. There is also room to park a vehicle, if you have a vehicle.
Okay. Wait, how far away is the city from where we are?
It's about 200 kilometers.
Oh.
We ain't bicycling there.
Is a question. Transportation to get to that city. What's the normal transportation?
We could probably arrange a bus if you wish, There are roads you can drive there.
Okay. So you just need a reliable vehicle that we can take all the way to there. Do you have, I know this car is probably something more you use for this type of thing. Would we be able to purchase one or rent one for a couple weeks?
I think I can have something rented for you. She, see, for 5 of you, there are not many that would handle you, but she kind of scrolls through some things, and there's a lot of cramped, small vehicles, like PT Cruiser size things.
Oh, Jesus.
Where you would
Okay.
be very cramped in there. And then she gets to Toyota Talon. Seats 5 comfortably. It's a little bigger than most sedans, and it has a very low roof, so it looks like a sedan, but it is an SUV.
Okay. SUV is good then.
It can handle off-road driving if you do need it. Rental fee. Do you know about how long you might need it?
I'd imagine 1 week, maybe 2 at the most. I would hope no more than 2.
Well, it would be... I could probably get it to you for 3,000 a week, plus any damages incurred, if there are any.
Okay. 6,000 if it's 2 weeks. Damages. I guess this is where you like negotiate and stuff, right?
Yeah, but I need to go put the baby to bed.
Okay, that's cool because
Take a
I have to
break.
use the restroom. I'll be right back.
Whew, pardon me. Ow.
I am back.
Welcome back.
So we get to rent a house and rent a car. I'm keeping my receipts.
All right. Did she say how much the building will cost us?
No, not yet.
Okay, I was gonna say, I know I wrote down the initial price of the vehicle. We haven't negotiated yet.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
All right. Did she give us what was the price of the house? Because she didn't really tell us, or was she not sure yet?
Throw the house in with the vehicle. You can get them both for 3,000 a week.
Oh, okay. Well,
Oh.
that's nice. Okay. Sure. Now I just feel bad negotiating it down, don't I? Okay.
No. Okay, so you don't negotiate the flat price down. What you do is you negotiate it down. If we're done in 3 days, she drops the price.
I see.
And that way you don't feel bad about negotiating the price down. Because if we get it quicker, then, well, we weren't there for a full week, so...
Right. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. What if we are able to come back, say, within, 3 to 5 days? Can we arrange for that to be reduced for the reduced amount of time? Can roll the negotiation on that.
Alrighty. Let's roll it.
A whole 3 hits. Sad. I could use edge on it. I don't know if it's worth it at this point. I might need it for something later. It's a pretty good price. I'm not going to bother with it at the moment. So I'll just keep my 3 hits.
Let's see. If you are done early...
Or basically what if it takes 6 or, say maybe 7 days, 8 days, or where we're only, what if we don't need the full second week, but we run into 1 or 2 days of it,
If you are done early, I will knock off 600 new yen from your total price. And if you go over, let's see here, 500 new yen per day for 3 days in the week, and anything after 3 days will be the full week price.
Okay. It's reasonable.
Oh yes, you guys left on the 1st of July?
Mm-hmm.
So you guys get paid again?
Oh, hey, money. Yay.
What was that again?
On the 1st of July, you guys get your base pay of 10,000 yen. Sorry, 5,000 yen. It's 10,000 a month.
Okay. And you said, you said it would take a day anyways here, right? before we get everything in order?
Probably. Is there anything else once you're here that you want to get? Like weapons, concealable stuff, ammunition, miscellaneous mundane supplies?
Does she have any does Scorpion have any recommendations for operating in the area?
You have radiation protection already?
Yes, we've arranged for that.
If you plan on operating at night, it can get very cold. You may wish some wind protection. You may also wish for lights. If you plan on transporting goods, the vehicle does not have much cargo space. If you do need pack animals, you can get camels on location. Without knowing how to ride them, I would recommend just leading them everywhere.
Yeah.
But it will not be very conspicuous to be leading a few camels that are laden with supplies.
I don't think we're going to have the need of camels. Some lighting equipment and stuff at night might be useful, though.
Do you wish portable lighting or generators with light stands?
Portable.
And she kind of shows you a few things from as small as hand flashlights to larger maglite type things to the what are they, like the 6-volt large battery pack flashlights to almost halogen light that are still handheld but on the larger scale. Like they're very bright spotlight style.
I would need one to basically, like, if assume we went down into this library and it was a larger room and we need to light up the whole room, which one would be the most effective?
None of those really. They're mainly for spotlighting. She can get you. It would be like on a small fold-up tripod that would be maybe a foot long, folded up, which would extend out to a few feet tall. And then you can have a light kit that would go on top of that with some dome reflectors so that it would scatter the light out.
Ooh, I like that. Yeah, let's do that. That might be helpful.
Battery powered, so you can set them up wherever you wish. They probably would illuminate maybe a 5-meter radius area. Brightly enough. You'd have dim light further out, but depending on how bright you need, you might need a couple of them.
How easy would they be able to transport?
They're fairly light. You could fit maybe 3 or 4 of them in a small duffel bag.
Okay. All right. Cost-wise, how are they?
About 100 new yen each.
All right. Let's get 4 of those.
Okay.
And then some handheld as well. Like simple flashlights will probably be just fine.
The handheld ones, don't even worry about pricing-wise.
Okay. That should be... And you said stuff for... You said wind, like, is it just simple windbreakers? Is that what we're getting? Or are we getting something specific for wind?
Windbreakers, presumably. Yeah. Also, you can do, like, pavilion-style tents with the sides that can be anchored into the ground if you are out and about during windstorms. That way you could at least have buffer on one side. She doesn't know if you're going to be like out in the elements to that extent or not.
Hopefully not. So we're not going to go ahead. We won't need that. That should be fine. I'm not too worried about that. We don't need that. Okay. No, I think that should be enough to work with at the moment. You know what might come in handy? I don't know if it would. Would you be able to get like a set of archaeological tools?
I believe I can.
Yeah, we may have a use for it.
We actually might have use for a camel. We might need, like, there was mention that we might do some digging.
Why do I suspect we're going to get a backpack with some odd blood stains on it?
You say odd, I say arterial spray.
Arterial spray. Oh, of course. That's it.
Practically brand new archaeological tools.
Slightly used.
slightly used.
The magnifying glass has a bullet hole through the lens.
Oh, you mean in order to get to the place, we might have to do some digging or something? That's what they suggested. All right. Yeah, archaeological tools and some digging, stuff just in case. We may need a pack animal. Actually, now we think about it.
I know you mentioned archaeological tools, and I was like, wait a minute. We don't know if there's actually entrances open to this place.
No, the pack animals you can acquire there.
I doubt they'll be super expensive to get one for the day or something.
If you find somebody and hire the person with the animal, it might be cheaper than trying to hire an animal from somebody, because they never can trust what you might do with it after that. So that shouldn't be an issue. For digging and archaeological supplies, I think I can get a miscellaneous gathering of equipment for 100 new yen.
That's fine.
For the night, some of this stuff probably won't be ready until tomorrow. You are free, if you wish, to stay in the room across the hall, or you can find location accommodations elsewhere.
No, across the hall should be fine. We appreciate the offer.
And I shall try to have your equipment here as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Being new in town, if you wish, I can recommend dining facility for tonight. Dining locations.
Sure.
Or I can have something delivered to your room.
No, we can. I think we're safe enough. We can go out and enjoy some local fare.
She recommends a few places. She gives you the street address as well as directions from here to get there. Most of them are fairly close. If you need to go to any of the ones that are farther along, her driver can take you there. Just let her know.
No, we'll take one of the walking places. That'll be nice. It'd be nice to get out there and mingle with the people.
Then with that, I shall work on getting these things together.
Cool.
She kind of stands up and walks over to the door to lead you out. Or show you out, rather.
Yay! All right.
The places are... She recommended a few that are local cuisine, as well as a few that would have things you're more familiar with as well. So it's up to you on that. And price is relatively inexpensive, so lifestyle will cover it.
Okay, cool.
Fuck it, while we're here, we might as well eat local.
Exactly.
Start getting inoculated to the effects, huh?
Exactly. I've had work.
Alright, so after eating locally, you don't depart for another 5 days for reasons. No.
Intestinal discomfort.
Yeah.
Hey, as long as she doesn't charge us as that part of that, because we're not in the house or using the car in those 5 days. That does not count.
In the morning, the Toyota Talon is there. It does seat 5, so it does have a little bit of room for cargo, and in that room for cargo is a like a small carrying duffel bag that's about, say, 2 feet long, maybe a foot in diameter. Probably only weighs maybe 15 pounds, so it can easily be strapped to a back or carried that way. No, maybe 10 pounds, not 15. Also, in the back of the vehicle is a rather larger duffel bag that's a few feet long, more like almost like the military carry bags. What do they call them? The rucksacks, I guess.
Mm.
And in that are several shovels, a few pickaxes, 2 sledgehammers, as well as 2 small leather satchels almost that have finer tools, smaller picks and miniature hammers and brushes and things like that.
Perfect.
And it's after 8. Are we good to stop, or?
I'm good for stopping. I mean, this seems like a pretty decent spot to stop.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to be driving through to the city from here out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
Alright, so let's call it for the night. Go with 3 karma. And welcome to Africa.
Woo.
On the way, she will be looking up the time schedule or whatever of the wars and stuff, so that we can at least make an appearance, and we'll have to figure out what we're going to go from there. We'll pick a team that looks like it's going to be available when we're going to be playing, or when we're there. So I'll pick one of those teams, and I'll give them a little rundown of their history, just so they know a little bit.
The estimated travel time by road is only a couple hours to get to where you're going. To get to some of the locations for the Desert Wars venues are probably a few hours beyond, further south and west. Here, I'll show you this. So if you get the same map view as I have, you can see Tunis along the northeastern coast, and El Jem is mostly south, slightly eastward, and then you pretty much have coastline that cuts back inward, so the Desert Wars will be further inland, or they will have clear spaces that the combat actually happens, and places for people to spectate from there.
Okay. Where's Tunis? Oh, there's Tunis.
And if you can find Sfax on the map, straight north of that is El Jem. So you're still fairly close to the shore.
I'm really struggling finding this place. I see a lot of L's. It's throwing my brain off, I think.
Here, let me do this instead then.
I just realized we rolled. There was 1 dice roll
Yes, that's my dice roll.
for the negotiation. Yep.
I think it depends on how much I have to zoom in to see this place. Is it small or big?
No, I'll make this easier here. Alright.
Okay, so we're going where? On this map?
On the table. I am uploading it. Onto the table.
It's a tiny map.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix that.
Wait, is it where the X is on your map?
Nah.
Ah, there
Chrome
it
is
is.
freezing.
It's by Monster. Okay, Monastir or whatever. Okay.
So Tunis is circled, El Jem is circled, southeast of that, southwest of that. Where the X is kind of, half hour to an hour or more driving, maybe longer because the road's kind of, we'll say in that big blank spot there is probably where it is, so it's cleared out, so you have the roads that will surround it. So that's one of the places where they handle the Desert Wars combat.
Oh wow, I was way too far south on the map.
Yeah, I was confused. I was like, okay, yep, I found it now.
Yeah, somebody from the Bronx trying to call me.
That scared the crap out of me.
No, me too. I was like, I just found El Jem, and I'm like, did I just get cursed or something? Some ancient curse or something?
No, I'm not expecting a call from the Bronx.
Sort of. Okay, so in that sort of middle section where there doesn't is where they pretty much might do the wars in this area. Okay.
And, scattered around all throughout Africa, they'll have other larger scale or smaller scale, and they'll travel, So that's one of the local ones.
Let's check on the scheduling of events or whatever. I'm sure they have some sort of schedule, for people to watch at certain times. Pick one that's...
Yeah. Some of these are like day-long things. Some of them are week-long. Some of them are even longer than that.
Okay.
So spectators can
kind of this one is not
and,
just a day one.
Yeah. The one going on there currently, summertime, will probably be at least a week long, maybe longer.
Okay. All right. Good. So yeah, we'll show up and I'll pick a team that I'm assuming hasn't fought yet, because it would be rather bad timing for us to arrive when we're supporting a team that's already fought and been knocked out or something.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And we'll pick a team that's maybe in a few days, so that we can be there to support it and stuff like that, and we'll keep our cover perfectly fine. But I don't want to pick a team that's likely to win. I want a team that's actually kind of mediocre. I don't want to be there for the finals. Like one of the underdogs. I'll be one of those diehard fans that I don't care if they have a terrible record. I'm still a fan. That's who I'm going to be. They'll have their year one day. 1 year will be their year. We know it.
One day. Alright, so, like I said, 3 karma for the night. You guys got paid 5,000 for your first of the month pay.
5,000 or 10,000?
5,000.
It was 5.
You get 10,000 a month. 5 on the 1st and 5 on the 15th.
We got 10 last time because we didn't actually get the 5 the first time around. So
You got 10 last time because a full month passed.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
2
that's
paydays
what I mean.
passed.
yeah, we didn't count. We forgot about the first payment and the payday. That's why.
And that's going to be our stream for the night. Thanks for hanging out in Twitch there. The Topps Company Inc. has sole ownership of the names, logos, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company Inc. has given permission to Relative Dimension to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Relative Dimension in any official capacity whatsoever. Relative Dimension is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. You can share us, but please give us credit.
The intro is church music from Sirenscape.
The outro is Double Cross, off the Shadowrun Return soundtrack, used with permission from Harebrained Schemes. And thank you to Sirenscape for the additional music and sound effects. You can find more information at sirenscape.com. If you would like to get in touch with the Relative Dimension, you can visit our website at relativedimension.com. You can contact us, email, at podcast@relativedimension.com. You can visit our Facebook at facebook.com/relativedimensionpodcast. You can check us out on Twitter at RelativeDpod. You can check out our Patreon if you wish to support us at patreon.com/relativedimension.